Back to the session. Today we are going to discuss about a new topic, coordination, the linking system. See, we perform so many tasks in day-to-day life. We sharpen a pencil, we open a door, we run, we walk, we play, we drive. All these physical activities are have three basic functions. One is movement, balance, coordination. With the help of these three things, we are able to perform all the physical activities which occur in our day-to-day life. All these physical activities are also a complex process. They are also a complex process. Every system, there should be a coordination between one system to another system for the proper functioning of our organism. For example, when you are crossing a road, your sense organ should coordinate with your muscles of the body. Then only safely you can cross the road. Otherwise, you met with an accident. So the sensory system should coordinate with the muscular system. Not only this, there are so many other systems which all work together. There should be a coordination even between from one cell to another cell for the proper functioning, and the group of cells will coordinate to form a tissue. So there should be a coordination among all the systems in the body. All the systems should link together to perform all the activities that occur in our body. Now let us discuss the two important topics: detection, processing, execution. Before going to this execution, processing, detection, let us discuss the word respond to stimulus. Respond to stimulus. Let us discuss what is meant by stimulus. Stimulus means any change in the environment. Either it may be external environment or internal environment. For example, external environment. When you see light focusing on your eyes, you blink your eyes. Here light is the external factor. When you feel hungry, you eat. This is a change. The hunger pangs help us to eat the food material. This is the change that occur inside our body. So external as well as internal changes in the environment is called stimulus. So many changes occurs in your body. When you look at a delicious food, your mouth get watered. This is also a stimulus. And looking at the sight of the food is called stimulus, and watering your mouth is called response. There are so many examples. Let us discuss. Touching a heart. This stimulus will evoke the response. Touching a heart vessel is a stimulus. Withdraw of your hand is response. When somebody poke with a sharp object, you take out your hand. Poking with a sharp object is called stimulus, and taking out your hand is called response. If any dust particle enters into your nose, you sneeze. The dust particle acts as a stimulus, and sneezing is called a response. The stimulus and response, the main function of stimulus and response is the survival. They help us to survive. They protect us from dangers. For example, when you touch your hot object, when you don't show any response, your hand will be burnt into acid. Sometimes it may lead to the death of the person. So stimulus and response help us for the survival. And this stimulus and response have three major functions. Detection. First, detecting the external stimulus. After detecting, the information is passed to the system and processing takes place and you execute it. For example, touching a hard object is a detection. Then the information is processed in your body with the help of this coordinating system, and immediately you take out your hand. All this occur in the fraction of seconds. Now let us discuss which system is controlling all these things. There is a separate system which control all this process. This system is called nervous system. What we call that system? Nervous system. The nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord and nerves. Brain, spinal cord and nerves together we form a nervous system. This nervous system helps for the coordination of various activities, various stimuli internally as well as externally. We call this system as a coordination system or linking system. This nervous system will link all other systems in the body and coordinate them for the proper functioning. Now let us discuss. Before that 18th century, nobody knows about, only they know about the Greeks believe that all the functions in our body is controlled by brain, integrating pathways, the nervous coordination. In 18th century and during the Greek believe that only brain controls all the body function. If something damage to the brain, total damage to the body. They doesn't know about the, I already said, brain, spinal cord and nerves. The Greeks are till 18th century, we doesn't know the nerves, another type of integrating pathways done by a specialized cells called nervous cells are neuron. Galen is the first scientist in 129 to 200 AD. He was a Greek physiologist who first time find out that there are the two things or two actions are seen, or two types of nerves are found in our body. One is responsible for sensation, another responsible for action. Galen noticed that a person who has fallen from a chariot has a damage to the neck, but the person was able to move the body parts. Movement is seen but sensation is absent. By this, Galen came to a conclusion that there are two nerves responsible, one for sensation, one for action. So these nerves we may call them as sensory nerves or motor nerves. Let us discuss the integrating pathways done with the help of these nerves to various. The nerves are a wire-like structures which pass the information from brain to the spinal cord or from sense organ to the brain. All these things are done via neurons, via nerve cells or neurons. Let us discuss what are the three different types of nerves. Efferent nerve, efferent nerve and association nerve. These two are the major important nerves. Efferent nerves carry, or also known as sensory nerves. They carry the information from sense organ to the central nervous system. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. And they carry the information from sense organ to sensory central nervous system. Next one is efferent. Efferent means outgoing. Afferent means incoming. Outgoing. Efferent nerves carry the information from brain or central nervous system to the effector organs. Effector organ may be muscle or a gland in our body. Apart from this, there is another nerves called as association neurons or association nerves. These association nerves form a link between efferent and efferent nerves. They may be present in the brain, they may be present in the spinal cord. They form the link between efferent and efferent nerves. Now, every nerve is made up of a specialized cell called nerve cell or neuron. All the bundle of nerve cells of neurons we called a nerve. Every nerve consists of a fundamental unit structure called nerve cells. There are nearly 10 billion nerve cells or neurons present in our body. These neurons are basically present in brain and spinal cord. Apart from brain and spinal cord, they are present in the ventral and dorsal ganglia. These ventral and dorsal ganglia are the close nerves present close to the brain and spinal cord. We call them as root ganglia. These root ganglia, brain and spinal cord possess neurons. Let us discuss the structure of a neuron. Already you learned about the structure of neuron in class 8 as well as 9, but still we recall the structure of neuron. Every neuron consists of three basic parts: cell body, dendrites, axon. No neuron is similar, and I already said that neurons are formed in embryonic stage. The damage to the neuron is a permanent. We cannot replace the neurons, and neurons cannot divide. They divide only in the embryonic stage when you are in the womb of the mother. Any damage to the neuron is a permanent damage forever. For example, the polio patients, in a polio patient, the motor neurons are damaged and the permanent damage is permanent. That's why they are unable to stand or walk without any support. First one is cell body. The cell body is the important part. It is a controlling room of the neuron, and cell body contains a spherical structure called nucleus, and it also contains small granules called Nissl granules. From cell body, small branches arise. These branches are called as dendrite. The short branches which look like the branches of the tree, we call them as dendrites. And you can come across a long branch called axon. and axon ends with the small branches called nerve terminals or axon terminals. Now this axon is covered with a sheath called myelin sheath, which is fatty made up of fats. This myelin sheath is made up of fats, and this myelin sheath is not continuous. It is broken at the regular intervals. We call it as nodes of Ranvier. And this myelin sheath is made by special cells called Scavin cells, and this myelin sheath consists of fatty acids, and you can see small spherical structures inside the cytoplasm of cytosol. We call it as Nissl granules. These Nissl granules are made up of ribosomes and proteins, and they provide nutrients to the neuron. You can see small knob-like structures at the end of the axon. Axon is a very long structure. It is also called as nerve fiber, and this we call it as synaptic knobs. Now, the information is sent from one neuron to another neuron, but no neuron has any protoplasmic connection. The connection between two neurons, we call it as the junction between two neurons, we call it as synapse. The information is passed from synapse. From the synapse, the information is sent to the another neuron. The junction between two neurons, we call it as synapse. No neurons have protoplasmic connections, but still the information is passed to the synaptic knobs and in the form of electrical impulse or chemical signals. The information is transferred from one part to another part in the form of electrical impulses or chemical signals. The information is taken to the brain. Brain will take the decision, and response is sent through via neurons to different parts of the body. This is the pathway how the information is sent from brain or spinal cord to the various parts of the body. Nearly 10 billion neurons are located in our body. Thank you, children. Tomorrow we meet in another topic, the coordination, the linking system, part 2.